Today I'll be showing you some of the Disney Pinventure pins from Disneyland. These were released in July of 2024, and the pins feature Mickey and friends venturing through the different lands of Disneyland. So all of the pins have that kind of old map exploration style to them, and a lot of them have GPS coordinates on them. So where do those coordinates point to? I'll show you in a bit. So I didn't get the entire Pinventure collection, but I do have 8 pins to show you, and 5 of them fit together to form a bigger pin, which is super cool. So let's get right to it and take a look at the pins. All right, so the first pin we're going to look at is the Pinventure logo pin. So you can see the backer card and it has the Disney Pinventure logo, which is this pin. This is a limited edition of 1500. So we'll take a look at the pin here. So it says Disney Pinventure, and then has Mickey right here, kind of looking over the words with the compass rose behind him. And then the background is wood, and it says Disneyland Resort down here at the bottom, and then it just kind of has a bit of a compass look up top. I think that's pretty cool how it's filled with wood. And like I said, this is a limited edition 1500. Very cool. I think it's always good to get the logo when you do a collection like this, because then if you put them on a pinboard, you have the logo. You can put it right up on the top corner or the center, whatever, so you know what collection you're looking at. So next I got this 2-pin set. So this is Donald and Mickey, and we'll take a look at the Donald one first here. These pins are pretty cool. So we have Donald Duck in his cowboy hat. He's ready to explore. And then they're in like a round compass, and in the background is wood or something that looks like wood. And then this one has the coordinates at the top. So pretty cool pin. It's like a pin on pin. You can kind of see the top part of the pin is Donald, and then the frame, and then the back is the part where the wood is inserted in. And these are also limited edition 1500. And then the Mickey one, very similar, just have Mickey in that same style with, got like a Indiana Jones style hat on. So very same style background, the wood, and then the same kind of frame, and then he's got some coordinates on the top of him too, and they're different than Donald's coordinates. Very cool. I thought these ones were a cool set. It would have been cool if they had like all of the Fab Five like these, but they only had these 2. So now we'll move on to the 4 land pins. So this one is Fantasyland, and we have the pink banner down here at the bottom, and then we have the Matterhorn in the background, and in the foreground we have Minnie Mouse driving the train, and the train is a slider element. It can slide back and forth, and if you slide it forward you can see the waterfall from the Matterhorn. So I like to keep this one kind of forward so you can see that detail. And then at the bottom we have more coordinates that are different from the other pins, so we'll check those out in a bit. But yeah, pretty cool. And this is also a limited edition 1500. Take a look at the back real quick on one of them. So we've got the slider element, the LE 1500, and you'll notice here this bar is a magnet. Yeah, because this is going to stick to another pin. We'll also see that very soon. So next we have Adventureland, and this one has Adventureland written in a green banner, and we have Pluto driving the train, and in the background we have the Temple of the Forbidden Eye back there. You can see the doorway to it when you push the train forward. Super cool. We've got our coordinates down there on that one too. And now we have Tomorrowland written in blue with the coordinates, and in the background we have Space Mountain, and you can see some of the Astro Orbiter, and we have Donald Duck driving the train. You can move that one back and forward. You can just see a little bit more of Tomorrowland in the background there. In the foreground we have the rocks, which I thought they were getting rid of, or they already got rid of them. Most of them anyway. And the last of the land pieces is Frontierland, which is written in orange with the coordinates. And this one has Goofy driving the train. And in the background, we have Big Thunder Mountain. And we have some cactuses. And you have the little shack or the thing we drive through on the ride. Thought that one was really cool. So now we have the Mickey Mouse Jumbo Compass Pen, and this one is a limited edition of 500. It comes in this really nice box, and this is the one that the land pieces stick onto. And you can see back here that they go on the outside of the compass. Limited edition 500, and this one was $99.99, which I believe is the most expensive pen I've ever purchased. So let's take it out of this box here and we'll get the pen out. It's just on this kind of map looking backer card with 2 pin posts. Okay, so we have it off the backer card and you can see that it has the compass piece back here, and then we have these that spin, and back there spins too. So it's a pin on pin on pin. So you've got Mickey and then the spinner part and then the background. So yeah, pin on pin on pin. Very cool. And then you'll notice that the top and bottom and left and right have GPS coordinates. So we can figure out where the map pieces go. And on the back, we do have the 4 magnets for the other 4 pins. So let's go ahead and connect the other pins. So let's start at the top. We're going to match up the one that ends in, looks like that says 91812. And then we'll grab, I believe that is Fantasyland, correct? Yep, 91812. And I believe how this goes, oh, well, okay, you just put it close and it grabs it. So it sticks on like that. So the weird part is it does cover up the Fantasyland and the coordinates, but you can kind of see right there that it has the like the gears of the compass, and it just matches up pretty good like that. And so then this one over here ends in, what does that say, 91769? I think that is that Tomorrowland. It is Tomorrowland, right? Did I get that right? I think I did. So that goes right there. All right, and then the next one, the one on the bottom, looks like it ends in 996. Boy, these are, I think that's Adventureland. 996. Yep. So we'll put Adventureland down on the bottom, and then that leaves Frontierland for this side. So now we have the completed compass with the 4 lands and the trains that can still move. And then now you've noticed that there's these little icons. So we have, what do we have at the top? We have Fantasyland. So we have to find Fantasyland icons, which looks like it's these. So we've got the carousel, Small World, the whale from Storybook Land Canal Boats, and the teacups. And so if we put that straight up and down, then over here we have, what do we have on this side? We have the Rocket, People Mover, Tomorrowland logo, and Autopia, Tiki Rum, Mark Twain, Dole Whip, and the Treehouse. And for Frontierland, we have the, oh, sorry, that's Jungle Cruise. This is Mark Twain, and then the Railroad, probably the Columbia, and then that looks like the fort on Tom Sawyer Island. So there you go. So you got them all lined up, ready for adventure. That is going to look really cool on a pin board. And then on the back, you have your 2 pin posts, and then you have a pin post for each one of those. So very, very cool. When I saw this, I was like, I have to have that. All right, so all of the pins that I got, except the logo pin, they do have coordinates on them. So the 4 land pieces have the same coordinates that's written on the big compass pin. So I looked these up on Google Maps, and some of them make perfect sense, but a few of them seem to be a bit off. So the coordinates that are the best, The best one is this Mickey Mouse pin. So if you put in these coordinates, it takes you right to the Walt and Mickey partners statue that's right in the middle of the hub at Disneyland. So that is awesome. That's the perfect coordinates for Mickey. And then the others that work pretty good, Adventureland, that one takes you to the Adventureland Bazaar shop. Tomorrowland puts you in the Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters building, kind of right towards the entrance, so that one's not bad. And then the Frontierland one takes you to the Westward Ho pin store, right at the top of that building. So that one's pretty good too. So then the Fantasyland one, it takes you to like the left corner of the Small World ride. You can't even walk to where it puts it there. It is still in Fantasyland, but I think that one would be better if it were like on King Arthur Carousel or something. And then the weirdest one to me is the Donald Duck one. If you put in these coordinates, it takes you right to the main gates. So you're actually outside the park, right over the main gate. So that one was a little weird. I don't know where you would put Donald. Maybe back in Toontown would probably be the best. Those were the Disney Pinventure pins that I added to my collection. I love park pins that have the lands and the attractions and stuff on them, and I also love maps, so these pins worked out great for me. So the pins from the Pinventure set that I didn't buy, and the ones I didn't show you today, were the Mystery Map set. So these ones, it's an 8-pin collection, and when it's all formed together, it makes a really cool map in the same style. But an 8-pin collection, 2 pins per box, I would have needed to buy 4 boxes, and they were $30 each, so that would have at least been $120, so I decided to skip on that one. And then the other one was a big Mickey with a backpack, and his backpack had some holes in it, and it came with 4 smaller treasure pins from the lands that they venture through, and you could put those little pins on his backpack. Thought that one was really cool too, but it was $75, so I decided to pass on that one too. So I love when Disney makes collections like this, like little fun themes like once a year or something, so hopefully they'll do more like these in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.